Good morning, students. My name is CHSV Prasad Rao, and I am working as senior lecturer in electrical department at Government Polytechnic Yadirgutta. So, we are handling the subject AC motor. In this case, we are handling fourth chapter, that is characteristics of three-phase induction motor. So, in the last class, we covered no load and blocked rotor test. On this one, we have drawn the performance curve, so which we can draw the circle diagram. So, by drawing the circle diagram, we can calculate the values of all values, either it is full load current or full load power factor or equivalent circuit efficiency and maximum output, maximum torque. So all values we can calculate. So to draw the circle diagram, so what we required to draw the circle diagram, we require the result of no load test and blocked rotor test. How we will conduct these two tests, at what condition? So we conduct the no load test. So that is the rotor is, that is no load on the motor, and it is the rotor is open circuit. The rotor is open circuit. So then what we will do, we will connect all the parameters. We will connect all the parameters on the circuit side, and we have to apply rated voltage. Rated voltage for small amount of current, we will get the rated voltage. If you apply the rated voltage at no load, the current is very less. Take the reading of ammeter, voltmeter and wattmeter. So similarly, we have to do the short circuit test or blocked rotor test. How we can do? So this blocked rotor test is equivalent to the short circuit test of induction transformer. So where in transformer we will short circuit the secondary, but here what we will do, but in this case we will block the rotor. So how you will block? By using belt and spring rings. We will tight the rotor so that it is not going to rotate, and we will apply the raise the voltage slowly so that voltmeter reads the full load current, and this full load current we can obtain at a very less voltage, that is one-fourth of the voltage, and take the readings of ammeter, voltmeter, wattmeter. In no load test, as the secondary is open circuited and rotor current is 0, so the no load input, whatever we apply, whatever we apply, so that is equal to constant losses that is friction and windage losses, core losses of the stator, and the power which is given to the blocked rotor test is equal to the copper losses. Copper losses. So by using these values, we can draw the circle diagram. So here we have a problem. So what he given? He given draw the circle diagram for 5.6 kilowatts, 400 volts, 3 phase, 4 poles, 50 hertz, slip ring induction motor. Slip ring induction motor from the following data. So what is that data? He given no load reading, that is 400 volts, 6 amps, and cos phi is equal to 0.087, and short circuit test is equal to 100 volts, 12 amps, 720 watts. The ratio of primary to secondary turns is 2.62, and stator resistance per phase is 0.61 volts, and of the rotor is 0.185 ohms. Here you notice in previous problem he given rotor copper losses and stator copper losses. Both are equal. But here he given rotor resistance and stator resistance separately, and he told to calculate full load current, full load slip, and full load power factor. Next, maximum torque and maximum power. We have to calculate this. Note down the problem. So first what we have to do, whenever he gives the problem, we have to take the given data. So in this case, what he given the readings of no load and short circuit test. Okay, so take the readings of these two. So we take power how much? 5.6 kilowatts, and voltage is 400 volts, 3 phase, 4 pole, 50 hertz, slip ring, no load reading. No load reading is equal to 400 volts, 6 amps, and he given the power factor, that is 0.087, and short circuit test 100 volts, 12 amps, and 760 720 watts, and he given ratio of both secondary and turns, that is 2.62, and given stator resistance as 0.67 ohms and rotor resistance as 0.185. Now you take the readings of no load test. So where pi is equal to cos inverse of 0.087. So that is equal to 87 degrees, and I naught is equal to how much he given I naught no load current, that is here I have to first this is here you have to write I naught how much and given data. Let us see V naught 6 amps. I naught is 6 amps, and current scale 1 centimeter is equal to 2 amps. So I naught is equal to 6 by 2. So that is 3 centimeters at an angle of 85 degrees. Now you draw a line OA at an angle of 85 with respect to the y-axis, that is voltage vector. You can see here, this is y-axis, this is x-axis, and at an angle of I naught at OA, that is 3 centimeters. Not this one and this one. It is this OA. OA is how much he given? 3 centimeters. So how you will draw? Take a graph sheet and draw vertical axis and horizontal axis. That is OX and OY. That is voltage vector. And he given I naught, that is OA, that is 6 by 3. So that is 3 centimeters at an angle of 87 degrees. So draw it OA, that is 3 centimeters at 85 degrees. Next, you take blocked rotor test. So that is from this. So before, first you calculate short circuit current with normal voltage. So that is ISN is equal to ISC into V1 by VSC. So that is 12 into 400 by 100. So that is 48 amps. So you take this 48 amps. So that is equal to OB. ISN is equal to OB, and at an angle, which angle? That is pi ss, pi sc. How we can calculate this? You take the short circuit power, that is WSC is equal to root 3 VSC ISC cos pi sc. So cos pi sc is equal to WSC by root 3 VSC ISC. So like this. So total input, short circuit input is equal to WSC into V1 by VSC. That is, we have to convert this short circuit input according to normal voltage. Actually, what we have to do? We have to we have to conduct a short circuit test at a rated voltage. But what they are doing, they are not conducting at a rated voltage. So we have to convert that power at a rated voltage. So that is 720 into 11.52. But what is the current scale we have? That is 1 centimeter is equal to 2 amps. So what is the ISN we get? Go back. So ISN is equal to how much? 48 amps. So that is 48 by 3. Oh, sorry, 2 we taken. So that is current scale. I think it is written wrong. Yes, 2 only. So first we will draw I naught at 87 degrees at a centimeter of 3 centimeters. So ISC is equal to WIC by root 3 VSC ISC. So that is 720 by root 3 into 100 into 12. So that is 0.347. So from this pi s is equal to 69 degrees. Now you draw a vector OB that is starting from origin O at an angle of 69 degrees. You draw OB. After drawing OB, join A and B. So here OB, how much OB? So in problem he given 42, sorry 82 amps. So which is nothing but a 24 centimeters. So OB is equal to, so OB is equal to 24 centimeters. So we have pi s is equal to 69 degrees. So now we draw OB 24 centimeters at an angle of 69 degrees. So here you can see both AB and OB. So this is how you to draw OB1 and next OX, then draw OA at an angle of pi naught, then draw OB that is pi SC and join AB. So not next what we have to do? We have to draw a parallel line from point A parallel to x-axis. So after drawing this, we have to bisect the line AB. So how we can bisect? Take a compass and take radius more than half and draw two arcs. One is top and one is bottom. Similarly with the same radius, B as center, draw another arc which cuts this top and bottom arc. Then join these two. See here. How to draw perpendicular bisector? So after drawing here, so what we have to do? We have to bisect the line AB. How you have to draw? You take a radius more than half of and draw arc on both side of AB on upper side and bottom side. With the same radius, B as center and draw another arcs on both top and bottom. So you will get the intersection points and join these two intersection points. So which cuts this horizontal line at a point C. You take this point C as center and AC as radius. AC as radius. Draw a semicircle. Draw a semicircle which touches the point B. That is A, B, D. You will get. So the for that semicircle, so A, B, D, you will get the semicircle. So this is the how we can written. Now draw a perpendicular bisector of the line AB and find out the center C. Then consider AC as radius for the circle and draw semicircle as shown in figure. So after drawing this, what we will do? C as center, C as center and AB as radius, draw semicircle. Now what we have to do with drawing the semicircle, you have to draw vertical lines from point B, from point B which to the vertically downward direction, that is BG, and measure that line BG which is 8.25 centimeters. So which represents the input. But for us, what is the input he given? For us, he given the input as 11.52 kilowatts. So to calculate the power scale, so power scale is equal to WSN divided by BG. So that is 11.52 by 8.25. So that is 1.4 kilowatts per centimeter. So power scale is equal to 1 centimeter is equal to 1.4 kilowatts. So that is the power scale. Here you got two scales. One is current scale and another one is power scale. So to get the torque line AE, so what we have to do to get this line, what is the full load output? That is BL. So the BL is 5.6 kilowatts. So this 5.6 by 1.4. Our total power is 5.6. So what is the BL? BL is 1.4. So 5.6 by 1.4. That will gives the 4 centimeter. Now extend GB up to point L such that BL is equal to 4 centimeters. So from there draw line LP in parallel to output line and it cuts the circle at point P. That means After getting the point L, we have to draw the parallel line, which is parallel to output torque line AB. So OP represents the full load current. See here, I will explain clearly here. So here, first we will draw x-axis and y-axis, where OA is equal to draw at an angle of pi naught, then OB at an angle of pi s, then join AB, then join AB. Now bisect the line AB by AB, which gives a center point C. Now you take C as center and radius as AC, draw a semicircle. So, this semicircle goes to a point B, B. Now through A you draw a parallel line to OX, that is AD. Now C as center, AC as radius, draw a semicircle which automatically cuts the point B, and you get this ABD. You will get ABD. Now calculate BL as is shown now. Now extend this BG line where BL is equal to 4 centimeters. Then you can get a point L. So from point L, draw a parallel line. Draw a parallel line to output line AB, which cuts the semicircle at point P. So, here you can see here it is cutting 2 points. Here also it is cutting. Here also it is cutting. So we have to take this point P. Now you join OP. OP we have to join. So here it is written, draw a semicircle with radius is equal to AC and center as C, and also draw a line PL, this one, parallel to line AB, where BL is equal to 4 centimeters. So you join OB. Now join the line OP. OP we have to join. So which indicates the full load current, and the phase angle is pi 1. So this is the drawing of a circle diagram. So whatever he given the data, so up to this point is common for all circle diagrams. After drawing this, we have to check what he given and what he told to calculate. This is the circle diagram part. From now onwards, from next, we have to calculate the given values. So what he told to calculate, drawing arc line. Drawing arc line, what we have to do? We have to, he given the transformation ratio. How much? 2.62. And given stator resistance as R1 and rotor resistance as R2. That is R1 is equal to 0.67 and R2 is equal to 0.185. So after getting these two, stator and rotor resistance. So what is rotor copper losses by stator copper losses? So that is I square R2 I2 square by R2. What is the stator copper losses? I1 square by R1. So if you take R2 by R1 common, then we get I2 by I1 whole square, which is nothing but a transformation ratio K. So which is different problem this one. Suppose if we given both stator and rotor copper losses are same, then we can directly divide that as middle point of E. But he given the both values rotor resistance, stator resistance and transformation ratio. So that is if you substitute these values R2 value, so that is 0.185 and R1 value 0.67 and K is 2.62 whole square, which is nothing but a 1.9. So total copper losses is equal to BF. So that is rotor copper losses BE plus stator copper losses EF. So that is equal to 1.9 into stator copper losses plus rotor copper losses. So that is nothing but a 2.9 into stator copper losses. So, but he given BF is equal to 6 centimeters. So divide this into ratio, that is 1.9 is to 1. So if length is equal to 2.9 into stator copper losses, then we can get divide these two values as 1.9 by is to 1. So that is stator copper losses EF is equal to 8 by 2.9. So that is 2.76 centimeters and BE is equal to BF into 1.9 by 2.9. So that is 5.24 centimeters. So we've got both BE 5.24 and EF 2.76 centimeters. So by like this, we have to get the point B to F. We got the point as 8. B to F. How we can divide from B to E is 5.64 and E to F is 2.76. So like this point, this is E. Join A E. Join AE. So locate the point E by dividing line BF in the ratio of BE is to EF. So that is 5.24 plus 2.76. So this is how much BE 5.64 and EF 2.76. So after drawing all these parameters, after drawing this all these parameter, so now you draw BG, which is perpendicular to the x-axis, and B is copper losses, rotor copper losses, and this is stator copper losses, and FG is fixed losses, and BL is output. Now you draw a line to get the maximum output. How you will get maximum output? You draw a line which is parallel to AB, parallel to AB, and tangent to the circle. Then you get a point H. Join these two H and I, which will gives the maximum output. So to get the maximum torque, what we will do? What is the torque line? AB is the torque line. Now you draw a line which is parallel to this torque line AE and tangent to circle, that is point R. Join this RS, which touches at a point T, which touches at a point T. So RS gives the maximum torque, HI gives the maximum output. So after drawing this one, now PK is drawn vertically, and note the point as M, N, J. Here I will show. Here P is drawn vertically, which touches the x-axis at K, and output line at M, and torque line at N, and this fixed line CD at J. This is what he written here. So now PK is drawn vertically, and note the points M, N, and J. So if you draw like this x-axis, y-axis, and then you draw OA at an angle of pi naught, and OB at pi s, and join this AB and bisect the line to get point C, to get the point C, and draw a semicircle with C as center, AC as radius, AC as radius. You will get AB, D. Now you draw vertical line from B and A, that is H and AE, which cuts the AD line at point F. So this torque line is AG as we drawn. So from circle diagram, the points R and H represents maximum torque and maximum output. So what we have to calculate? We have to calculate full load current. OP is equal to, we have to measure with scale OP, that is 5.75 centimeters. So that is equal to 11.5 amps, and slip S is equal to Mn by Pn. So that is 0.2 by 4.25. How much? So that is, this is directly you have to go to the graph to measure the length in centimeters and multiply with the current scale. Here two scales is there, current scale and power scale. So multiply with the current scale, you get 11.5 amps, measure Mn and Pn. So that is 0.2 by 4.25. So that is 0.047. Multiply with 100. You will get the slip. How much? 4.7 percentage. So next, power factor. Power factor directly we can measure pi and put cos of this angle. Otherwise, Kp by OP. Measure Kp, that is 4.6. Next OP, that is 5.75. That is equal to 0.8. So next is ratio of Mason torque by full load torque. So what is the Mason torque he given? That is R S and full load torque Pn. So that is 10.05 by 4.25. So that is 2.37. Next, maximum output is equal to HI. So that is 7.75 centimeters. We have to measure with what? Here you have to get output. We got output is in watts, but we got in centimeters. Now we have to multiply with which scale? Current scale or power scale? Anyone? Yes, you are right. We have to multiply with power scale. So that is 7.75 into 1.4. Why? Because power scale is 1 centimeter is equal to 1.4 kilowatts. So that is equal to 10.8 kilowatts. So here what is the formulas we have used? So that is short circuit current with normal voltage. So that is ISN is equal to ISC by V1 by VSC. Next, short circuit power is equal to root 3 VSC ISC cos pi SC. So pi SC is equal to WS by root 3 VSC into ISC. So stator to rotor turns. N1 by N2 is equal to I2 by I1. So that is K. So if you do some problems on this circle diagram, it will be easy. It is a definitely one question we can get in the examination, and easily we can easily calculate the values. If you do 2-3 times, it will be easy. So but only the thing is here we required is practice. If you do 2-3 problems, easily we can draw it. So we have to remember this when we are drawing these two. Okay, so practice this one. If you have any doubt, ask me in the next class. So for drawing this circle diagram, we require that two results. What is that? No load test and blocked rotor test. And the values, from these values we can draw the circuit diagram and we can calculate all values which is related to that induction motor, and we can know the performance of that induction motor. So if you have any doubt, ask me in the next class. Okay, thank you.